If you don't think Hamas is the real cause of all the mayhem that happened after October 7th, well, then we're not really talking about how Israel has prosecuted the war. We're talking about many more things that are going to be very hard to debate. If it's just narrowly focused on whether the IDF is guilty of any war crimes, well, I'm happy to price all that in. Sure, they're going to be guilty of war crimes. And, we'll find out more war crimes 6 months from now. And again, Israel is the type of society that can be counted upon, insofar as any society can be counted upon, to care about war crimes and prosecute war crimes and not revel in war crimes. Insofar as Israel fails to be that, well, then it becomes less of a project that is worth defending, right? I mean, it is the difference between Israel and its enemies that we should care about. I mean, criticism of my position only becomes morally salient to me, intellectually interesting to me, if what the crimes on the Israeli side need to be so egregious that suddenly there's no really important difference between Israel and her enemies, right? Then you finally convinced me the IDF is as bad as Hamas and Hezbollah, right? Just as ideologically insane, just as capable of evil, just as irredeemable. So what would have to be true to make any of that even close to being the case? It's just, there's no chance that's true. So the person who would debate me about the moral legitimacy of this war is someone who doesn't agree with what I just said and thinks that these two sides are much closer, in fact, than they are, or worse. I mean, many people left of center think Israel is actually worse than Hamas and Hezbollah. Right. And Hamas and Hezbollah only exist because Israel's just been so bad that they've driven totally psychologically and culturally normal Palestinians bonkers so that they behave this awfully. And this is Paul Berman's brilliant point from his book, Terror and Liberalism, a quarter century ago. People think that the extreme evil we see on display from jihadists, in the case of Israel, testifies to one thing: how badly Israel has treated the Palestinians. So Israel is culpable for the moral extremity of its enemies. Okay, that's just wrong. It's just factually untrue.